Hello, everybody. It's Wednesday, October 23rd, 2017. It's been 4 weeks and a day since the Las Vegas Massacre, and we're going to dive into that tonight. I'm Cody Halfway. I ran Pulsar.com, still kind of do, but didn't take off how I wanted it to, and thought about starting back up, but wanted to try something different, so I'm doing a vlog, I guess, video blog, and yeah, we're going to go from here, see what happens, and yeah, so let's dive on in, shall we? What we have here is a Google Doc that I've been keeping since, I think it was the Monday or the Tuesday. I'm pretty sure it was the Monday, though, after, the day after the shooting. And what I noticed is all these headlines I have 4 pages here. All these headlines are different. And look how much. A lot of them are from different sources. I'm going to have a couple of the audio analysis, which I do have up here. And it's mind-boggling, because normally with these shootings or these terrorist attacks, like, you have the initial report of something happened, and then a couple hours later you normally have the identification, or they're looking for someone, there's a shooter or two. It kind of started off like that, but since those initial reports, mainstream reports that is, it shifted. I mean, it shifted big time. Timelines changing, official timelines are changing, whatever official means nowadays. But yeah, no. So, let's see here, which one do we want to check out first? So, oh yeah, actually, looking at the ISIS ones, the ISIS is really interesting because the shooter had a lot of, the suspected shooter, let's say, had a lot of connections in the Philippines, and the Philippines is an ISIS hotbed, and that's where his girlfriend was from, that's where she was. He wired $100,000 to the Philippines. Oh, I know I have that article here somewhere. So I have so many different articles. Yeah, I know that's the first one. Yeah, I mean, it's just kind of shocking all this stuff's gone, not being talked about anymore. Like, what was that $100,000 for? Like, you said it was for his girlfriend, and that's what they said, but I don't believe that. Oh yeah, here's a picture of her in Dubai. Wonder why she's in Dubai. Same. That's NBC right there. That's NBC News. They just have that sitting in the open. News wars. Especially his Antifa stuff. Actually, the Antifa stuff, I do have an article here. Yeah. The FBI, an FBI source, had Antifa literature that is taken in the Middle East. I mean, I don't know, the Antifa stuff, I kind of believe. What I really believe is he was gun running, and the deal gone bad. He might have been selling to ISIS, and ISIS actually did this stuff. I Ah, no, not that one.
Okay, this is a live video.
This wasn't the one I was looking for, but this I was looking for. But it's another interesting case. I was having coming up later on. I was going to explain that there is multiple different reports and sources that are saying that there were different shootings at different hotels and casinos. One being here, the Bellagio. There is a picture out of a SWAT team at the Tropicana, I believe. What was the other one? Oh, Hooters. Yeah, Hooters. It's not a hotel or casino, obviously, but there is supposedly a new video out showing that there's a bunch of ambulances lined up at the Hooters and taking bodies out. I don't know if people ran to the Hooters or not, but I didn't hear any of that initially. So, I mean, like I said, this whole thing's all over the place. It does not make sense. It stinks to high heaven. But here's a little bit of this video.
Inside the Bellagio Hotel, where everybody had to come together because there was mass chaos. And as you can see, everybody is down here sitting. So we haven't been able to go back to our rooms. Daniel and I were able to get to where we were at. But these are all people randomly sitting inside the Bellagio Hotel, where the sheriff is saying nothing happened. As Daniel and I were sitting, bullets were being fired.
Nothing happened.
And we were in the lobby at the lobby bar. So I wanted to post this so that everybody could see inside the Bellagio Hotel of why we are all down here.
The whole hotel is on lockdown.
The whole hotel is on lockdown. Not letting anybody
can't get on the casino floor.
Go to the casino floor. So just to make it clear to everybody exactly that there was stuff that was going on. I don't know about the other hotels, but I do.
You see, stuff was going on. Again, that wasn't what I was looking for. I can't believe I would not have saved that video that I saw. This guy, he also had, like, that News Wars article I showed. He also had an FBI source on the inside that he shared. It was talking about that gun running plan. This might be it here. No. Damn.
I do believe that there was 100% more than one shooter. Every other person that I've talked to that did get, unfortunately, hit as well have all said the same things.
They know that there was multiple shooters.
Sounded like there were a dozen shooters.
The New York Excalibur shooting was right outside. It wasn't inside. It was outside. We saw the muzzle flashes.
If anybody has any questions as far as what...
Then we hear the little whizzing going.
The casino, which is, a lot of bells and whistles because machines going off or whatever. There was music playing and people talking, so it was, an elevated amount of noise in the casino.
I've never heard anything like that, and I never in my life thought I'd ever be in anything like that.
And there's a lot to this. I mean, there really is a lot to it. I don't even know where to begin. Like, you watch these press conferences, and this sheriff's out here talking, talking about what's going on in the investigation, giving us updates, and he just looks uncomfortable. Like, he looks like he's hiding something. Like, something does not seem right. So I do not understand why we aren't getting a full picture. Is it because the FBI or somebody wasn't on something, the ATF, and they screwed up? Could it be? I mean, I've been looking at this every which way, looking at all these articles, all of them having different headlines. It doesn't make sense is the best way I can put it. Yeah. Here's another very interesting thing that's just gone away. Haven't heard any update on it. Couldn't find an update on it, but this was reported on the 5th that purchased a $600 .308 rifle, hunting rifle, right there, 308 hunting rifle, on his way to Vegas, supposedly, and it's nowhere to be seen. I mean, come on. Hey, look. Paddock paid $600 for a regular American .308 bolt-action rifle with an 18-inch barrel and 4-round capacity from Guns and Guitars in his hometown Mesquite. Yeah. But also, I mean, it says here, Daily Mail reported, but also, Paddock was supposedly checked into the Mandalay Bay on the 25th. And he left multiple times. Actually, oh, what the hell? Yeah. Hey, when that happens. But I mean, I just sift through this, especially when I keep adding stuff to it. How different everything is compared to a normal, ISIS attack or any terrorist attack or any like large scale tragedy, really. How there's so much, but it all doesn't add up. Yeah, and here's this. Okay, so the Jesus Campos, he was supposedly the first guy who got shot by the shooter. He said he was just going up there to check something, which he probably was, but it doesn't make sense why he, number one, was hard to get to. Number two, he was finally able to get reached by some sort of media, Sean Hannity being one of them, booked interviews, and left. And completely vanished. Called them all off. Yeah, the Mandalay Bay owner insisted security guard Jesus Campos appear only on Ellen. Here's the thing behind that. Ellen has slot machines in the Mandalay Bay casino. How? Paddock could have drained money into those. Put his comp card in there and everything. And they knew that Ellen wasn't going to ask hardline questions. How they probably told her not to ask hard questions to Jesus Campos. And he hasn't been on anything since, Ellen. It does not add up at all. And the next part here, I'm going to get into the Hooters video that just dropped today. But I'll get into this right here. They say they shipped his brain off to Stanford University, but there's a picture of him with his brains blown out of his head. So, not too sure there was a brain really to study. I could show that picture, but I'm not going to dig it up. Yeah. It revealed no abnormalities. Well, if you shoot yourself in the head or you get shot in the head, your brain's going to be pretty, at least partially destroyed, put it that way. I don't know how you can fairly test somebody on that. But that's what I'm saying. It's not his brain was already sent to Stanford University that quick. Like, like no questions asked, just bang right off to Stanford. Like, how does that even make sense? But by the way, the coroner's office has been on lockdown. Yeah, well, actually, let's get into that, shall we? Here, it's pretty interesting. It's actually really a video. It's from last Wednesday, and let's just check this out. I'm gonna speed through this, but we'll get the gist of it.
You know, as I'm standing here in front of the Valley Hospital, I can't help but think about George Webb. Because look at what they've got. And I wanted to go in there and speak to the coroner, just see if they'll talk to me. I don't know if anybody has come over here just yet. I didn't want to use hidden camera for this. So we'll just walk in there and see what they say. They might not, this might not be the way to do it. So let's see.
Office is still closed.
Office is closed?
Uh-huh.
Oh,
We're still on lockdown just because of the shootings.
is there anyone I could speak to? I'm a journalist.
I will give you a card with a number. You'll have to call.
Listen, still closed. Okay, still closed. Let me let a member of the public in. Still closed.
Yes, it's with a number.
Wait, so it's on lockdown?
It is like a lockdown. The police are at the end. They can kind of explain to you. They're parked over here in the lot. They can explain to you who you should contact.
All right, I'll take the business card for sure.
Okay.
Lockdown.
See? And this goes on.
Before that they've
We've
locked.
never had anything like this before.
Right, of course, of course.
So,
Is there any way to speak to Dr. Fuddenberg? No.
How late is Steve the dog?
check with them.
Is it unusual? He said that the
Looks like
coroner.
the cops over here.
I mean, it's kind of unprecedented, right? Have the coroner's office on lockdown. Do you know when that's going to be released?
I don't.
Police don't know anything.
I also was under the impression that the coroner's office was independent of the police and that the coroner was the highest level law enforcement officer in the county.
Okay.
Is that correct?
What do you need to know this for?
I'm a journalist. I mean, is that correct?
Is the coroner's office? I'm sorry. Repeat the question.
Is the coroner's office independent of the police?
Yes.
So why are the police having the coroner's office on lockdown?
That's their business. And that's what they're at. We've been asked to do right now.
Why would they be?
I see.
I mean, come on. What's going on?
Is that your understanding that the coroner is the highest law enforcement office in the
What
county?
is going on?
Huh? All right. Oh, there's more police there. All right. Great. Have a nice day.
You too, sir.
No. Blue one. No. Yes. This. Actually, wait. No, let me get into this. I'm gonna save the newest one for last, which is that Hooters thing, which is, it's weird, but I mean, I don't know if it's as weird as people are making out to be, but this is pretty weird. One of the Vegas survivors actually died out of nowhere, supposedly from a seizure, but no clue, but I mean, she was going to form a group of survivors that were, I guess, going to contest the official story. I mean, this is no joke. No joke at all. See? Organize group of survivors in order to piece things together. I guess that was her direct messaging with others. Getting into someone heated debate with someone about the shit that went down. Apparently we're all crazy when it's not what the news said, blah blah blah. For the rhetoric. Yeah. You can suck it. Yeah, fake news. That is where we were. Seriously, after sure, it's crazy surprised that we can dismiss the bullshit media for the liars they are. I mean, you can't make this stuff up. Here's Alex.
Las Vegas Sheriff Joe Lombardo, even the night of the shooting, was calm and composed. But in subsequent press conferences, he is agitated. He is scared. He acts like he is in fear of his life. And we're about to go to some of those press conference clips here in a moment. But then when you discover who's in control of this investigation, then you understand why he's so concerned and why my sources in federal law enforcement and others are concerned, from what they know, that the sheriff of Las Vegas is being threatened and that his life is in danger and that he could be suicided or arkancided at any time to cover up what really happened in Las Vegas.
And say what you want about Alex Jones, but he's been right on a lot of things. Some things I don't agree with, but I mean, there's a lot more that have turned out right in what he's right on than there is that he's wrong on and is called wrong. But I mean, it's and you can't make any of this stuff up. This stuff really happened. It really happened. Nuts. It really is. I mean, just think, there's so many pieces of information. There's no motive. There's no definitive conclusion. I know investigations take long, but like I said, in other attacks, other tragedies, other catastrophes, we've had a lot more information, a lot more answers quicker than this, and with a lot less news stories than this one. And that I can tell you. I mean, there's a lot more out there that I just don't have on this drive either, because here's another thing. A lot of them are duplicates. A lot of them are duplicates. And a lot of them are duplicates in like other tragedies and things like that, but not this one. All these are completely different. I mean, there's a duplicate for the Vegas Massacre here and there, but it's not. I mean, with other attacks and other tragedies, there's duplicate news stories from all the mainstream media outlets, and I mean, it's why it's very unsettling, to say the least. This is probably the best audio analysis for the support of the multiple shooter theory. Best audio analysis.
Now it sounds like it's coming from farther away. Like it's coming from farther away.
Look at that. Come on. Come on. Well, I'm almost certain it was a belt-fed gun that was used.
Something's going on. Shit.
Multiple shots fired.
From up there. Oh shit.
And that's just a strobe light that's been put in. So that shows. And here's that. So I haven't heard a fully automatic weapon fired in person, but I've fired tons of semi-automatics, fired ARs, fired AKs. I know what they sound like. And when I first heard the audio from this shooting, I belt-fed light machine gun came right to my mind, and here's why. AR-15 with Pulsar. That's exactly what I thought I had.
Shit.
Belt-fed light machine gun. Looked up a couple of buttons.
Seriously, I don't know what's going on.
That's what I thought as well. And this video confirmed that for me. AR-15 with a bump stock. And if you're a gun runner, you get those guns easy. Alright, well, I hope you guys enjoyed that. Came up with the same findings that I did when I was looking over all that information. I mean, I didn't show you really even half of it, but I think I showed you a good bit. You can get a good sense where I'm getting at, and at least either agree or try to see where I'm coming at with in regards to the multiple shooter theory. Paddock may or may not have been the real shooter, and if he wasn't, or even if he was, he may have been a FBI arms dealer, an ISIS member, or possibly an Antifa member, because Antifa is supposedly going to try a Bolshevik revolution on November 4th, and all I gotta say is really good luck with that, because not only will the gun owners, the right, fight back, but the military ain't putting up with that shit, and they'll be on our side. But enough of that. Probably not gonna happen, but I'm gonna have a lot more on this subject. It ain't going away. We're gonna find out what it is. I'm gonna keep looking. I'm gonna keep looking at all kinds of evidence. Maybe next time I'll show maybe a little bit more, but I'm going to be looking at more audio analysis and see what more articles come out. And like I said, every single one's been different. Nothing has really made sense. Nothing adds up. This whole thing is all over the place. The sheriff looks scared. He's agitated. Jesus Campos, that security guard, his story doesn't add up. He's being forced to go on certain TV shows. He has private armed security at his house. Not right. I mean, even like I said, from day one, I knew that gun wasn't an AR-15 being shot, at least from the Mandalay Bay. Maybe from the ground, not from the Mandalay Bay. So, on that, good evening. Keep searching for the truth. Follow Pulsar.com. ViewPulsar.com, that is. And on Twitter at ViewPulsar. That's where this video will be.